welcome back to This Is For a Class podcast. Never gonna get used to that aggressive sound, aren't you, Kiera?
No, I'm not. It gets louder every time.
My name is Chloe,
And I'm Kiera.
and this is our very special guest for our very last episode.
Hi guys, I'm Maya.
Woo! Round of applause, please. So today we are going to be talking about senior scaries, everything that is so terrifying in your last year of college. Bum bum bum. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in for our fifth and final podcast, and we hope you really liked our last podcast 2 weeks ago because we did take a break to gobble on that turkey.
Ew. Oh yeah, we did.
Ew.
Oh, wait.
I didn't like the way it freeze.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go with it. This is just for a class. 2 weeks ago, we talked about relationships in college. Today, we're going to be talking all about what is on our minds as we graduate within the next 4 months.
I think, yeah, in May.
Not 4 months, 5 months, 6 months,
I don't know.
6 months.
something like whatever the case may be. So to get started, let's do a little bit of background on where we are right now and what we hope to do in the future. Kiera, why don't you start us off?
So currently I am pursuing a communications and media studies degree with a PR and social media strategy minor. So I have a lot going on with that, but I hope to use my degree to do something in like the PR marketing realm, more of communication side, and hopefully do like I'll go into like my overall like dream goal, I guess, if you will. I hope to maybe work for like a beauty slash fashion brand, like, you know, Elf or Fenty Beauty, something like that. I want to go to those PR events and be the one to plan them and get my little goodie bags and like be like, yay, this is the new drops. So yeah.
So you want to get a job just to get free makeup?
Okay, well, no, I don't want to get just
No, but I love the way you worded that. Like at the end of the day, you are a girl, and you're
Like
just
you want that goodie bag. You need that free makeup.
like I do because I want it as like a reward for the work I would put into the company I would work for.
which is just like what, making an Instagram story.
I mean, yeah.
Maya, give us your little background and what your dream job is.
Well, I'll give you the background before the dream job. So, I'm in my MBA program. So I was in like a 3+1 program here. So I already graduated last year. So like technically
Woo-hoo!
we're in the second half of the senior year. We're doing senior year part 2. So I did Bachelor's of Science in Business Analytics with a minor in Healthcare Management and Computer Information Systems. And now I'm getting my Master's of Business Administration with a concentration in Business Analytics. So how exciting. And then I also work for the School of Business as like an academic advisor. So like the plate's pretty full right now. But we're looking for jobs. I want to go somewhere as like a tech analyst, maybe somewhere in the hospital. I don't know. We'll see. Everything's kind of
Ooh.
open.
Nurse Maya.
Not nurse, but like
I don't know why my brain went there.
but like corporate baddie, but like in the off in like a hospital.
Like there's like the HR person, like the board of like health or whatever, like that type.
Mhm.
Like the people in suits behind, but like
Yes, that,
don't.
that's what I want.
Amen, sister.
Chloe, you talk about your background, what you want to do.
Okay, so right now I am supposedly graduating of May of 2025. I'm getting my BA in Communications Media Studies and a minor in English. So I'm really not like any other girl you've met before.
Nope.
I also am not gonna get a job because of English and communications. But it's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it out eventually. My dream job, I would love to be kind of like something within writing analytically or something within the music industry because I'm such a huge fan of music. I've also been known to write music. So maybe something within that kind of atmosphere. Also using social media skills in order to kind of promote myself in that light. That's kind of like my ultimate dream goal. Mic drop.
Love it.
So let's kind of shift into what we're doing right now. So have you guys started to apply for jobs, internships, or any other programs other than college? And how is that process going?
So me and like all my coworkers, it's like kind of all we do is on our downtime. It's like we talk about jobs, which is kind of scary. I don't really like it, but they're like really involved in it. So that like it brings me along and now I'm really involved in it. So, but I've just been applying on like LinkedIn and Handshake. So anything that like remotely sounds something that I could do, I've just been applying.
I agree with that.
I have done an internship. I did do an internship last summer and I used Handshake to do that. And I was also abroad last semester. And I remember being abroad in Ireland applying to all of these different internships. And I started doing like different like over Zoom interviews, which I've never done before. So that's kind of been an adjustment. I just had my first ever big girl interview job on last Friday, and I have yet to hear back. So fingers crossed. Hopefully, I get my first job. I'm really looking forward to kind of expanding my boundaries when it comes to what, like, as a job in comparison to an internship.
I did an internship as well over the summer. I worked at a country club, which was interesting, and I did their social media. Mainly I did a little few other job like side jobs too, but it was mostly like capturing content when they like had events and stuff. So I had to like get all pictures, all the videos, then like go through like a million photos and videos I took of like those events or like competitions they hosted or whatever. And then I had to like do captions and then a lot of Canva work. I did a lot of Canva. I learned a lot about Canva that I didn't even know you could
Same.
do.
Canva is just a whole other thing. Like the templates on Canva are so top notch. Even if you don't pay for it, they're like so good.
Yeah, I think Canva is the most useful editing slash promotion tool for to market something. I love it, and I learned how to like do cool like little like shortcuts and stuff too on it, like how to make sure everything's like positioned correctly and like shift keys and stuff. It was a lot of fun. I don't know. I like that part. I have also been applying to, I just actually applied for like a fellowship thingy for a PR firm that like over the summer and hopefully like it will turn into a real job, and also been applying for other like real full-time jobs. I should have said this before. I also work for school in the School of Communications Career Center. So I'm very familiar too with like LinkedIn and very career-based stuff. So that's just been in my head for the past year and a half because I work at the career center. So LinkedIn
Mm,
Handshake's been my best friend. Disclaimer. Any companies out there, please reach out to us. We want to work.
this is just for a class. No companies looking at this. Digital footprint. If you're listening to me, future employer, turn it off. Don't listen to the relationship episode. Please don't. So, kind of within the same context of jobs, what will we do if we don't land a job in our desired field right after we graduate?
Well, I know for me, I'll go home to Jersey. I'll live with my dad for a bit until I can like get on my feet basically. Like I'll go get a part-time job somewhere.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm really nervous. I have the same job since I got out of high school. And I've always just kind of went back to it during breaks of college. So I'll probably go back to that if I don't get a job right after graduation. But I think it's kind of more or less expected to not get a job right like literally like a month after you graduate. It's very hard to do, especially for my major because of just how fast it works. So I'm not really going to put much pressure on myself to get a job like as soon as possible. Just knowing that I'm applying and I'm trying, and every time I apply and every interview I go on, I get better at it. So I kind of just use that as a tool, and I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on myself. However, if it's a year out and I still don't have a job, I feel like I'll put a lot more pressure on myself that if that happens. But I'm just gonna go easy like May, June, July of 2025 because I just graduated college. I need a breather, you know?
I'm opposite. I feel like if I don't get a job right away or I don't have something lined up, I am a failure.
Oh, I'm with you. Well, I have so many people that I work with, like who are also in the 3+1 program. So we all graduated last year. We're all getting our MBAs. So I don't have the option to go back to school. Like I'm in that extra school now. So and they already have jobs lined up. They're already like know where they're living. They know they're having getting their own apartment. I'm like, oh, I'm not there.
Yeah, no.
Oh my, now I'm
Yeah.
nervous. I was
That
just
no, but it's not that nervous. It just I'm always surrounded by that at work. Like there's only 11 of us, and three of us already have jobs lined up.
oh my.
See,
So
Like the communications industry is so different than like business, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I was just about to say that because even like talking with my bosses and stuff too, like, because I asked them for advice also. I was like, when should we like look to apply or like how to whatever? And they really said that, like, honestly, like our industry sucks with like trying to have a set job lined up, like versus like in business and stuff, like finance, for example. Like they post job openings in like September or May, or not May, September or like October for to start the following year because they have those budgets and those open positions each year for like a new person. But like what our industry, what we want to do, like job openings don't open up unless someone like retires or like passes away or like quits. Like it's very like they when you see jobs that are posted in our field, it's like immediate hire. Like they don't have like the scheduling
They
like
don't
of
have the luxury to plan it out, is
yeah. So
yeah.
it's very like spontaneous, I guess, in a way, which I think gives me even more anxiety because it's like once April hits, it's like do or die, really. Like I need to figure it out by like April, May. But everything works out and everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. That's what should have called this podcast. Everything happens for a reason in college.
what's the name of this podcast?
This is for class.
Oh.
Because at the end of the day, it really is just for a class.
It is.
Continuing on with kind of the theme of our dream job that we were talking about earlier, what would be our backup plan if that dream job doesn't really necessarily work out?
I have a couple options in my head. They're both very different plans that I don't know how that's gonna happen, but the
Explain. Now I'm really curious.
first plan is like you guys were saying before, just to get a job somewhere and like get some sort of income. So that's one plan. Second plan would to be to go back to school and switch my major and go into healthcare and do like the sonography people if needed, but that's like more towards like that's plan D really, honestly. I'm kind of out of order.
EFG, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe if I'm not getting a full-time job, maybe try to like just get as many internships, applies to as many internships or fellowships as I could, and then hopefully something will come out of that.
If I don't get a job immediately before I graduate, I'll try for internships, but like I'm a little too old for internships. I have 2 degrees under my belt at that point, so I'm a little past an internship at like a normal place. So I'd probably go to my dad's company and work there for a bit, and like that'd be like an internship role, I guess. Like from there I can like build and like at least have some experience under my belt and stuff. And like by then I'll be easily to be able to get something else, but like I can't get something on my own first, then I'll start there and then like I'll be able to move on.
If my dream job doesn't really work out, it is kind of named a dream for a reason because, you know, it's your dream. I do find comfort in starting at the bottom and working my way up. I'm not ashamed to do the internships like Kiera and Maya were saying, because the more you know at the bottom, the less you have to know at the top when you actually have the job. You know what I mean? So
Whoa, good logical thinking.
I think being able to kind of have the personality and kind of like the wherewithal to be like, you know what, I don't need to be at the very top of the food chain as soon as I graduate college. And kind of like the comfort of going down to the bottom and working my way up will be very beneficial to me. And I think having that kind of in my mind is one of the reasons why I believe I did choose the right kind of industry to be in, because having an ego will get you absolutely nowhere. Keeping this theme in mind, how would we handle the competition when applying for the big girl jobs, especially with people who have more experience, as we are freshly out of college, we are bottom of the food chain, we are the first to get eaten?
I mean, like, I feel like just I will try and just try to present what I have so far. Like, it's annoying. You do have competition. You may have people that have done more or have more knowledge in certain areas than you. But I feel like I will try to play to like my strengths and like tune into like what I have experienced and what I know I can do well and use that to my advantage. And like, feel like that sticks out, like you being true to yourself and like knowing how to present yourself correctly will help you in the long run than versus like trying to compete with someone that like you know that like your strengths ain't the same.
I feel the competition a lot just because we talk about it so much. I mean, obviously I work for the school of business, so like people are coming in all the time for internship help, resume help, cover letters, all that stuff. So like even that like puts pressure on like my mind thinking about like what I have to do. Like Kiera said, it's like basically like, you just have to like believe in yourself and like you have to like you can't think of the others or like you're not gonna get anywhere. Like the only way you're gonna get somewhere is if you believe in yourself. Like because no one else can believe in you unless you believe in yourself first to get there. You can definitely be the better talker. Like just because you don't have the best analytical skills doesn't mean you're not like more creative. Like there are certain skill sets that you need to play on. Like know your strengths and work with them.
I think the comparing and contrasting yourself will get you literally nowhere in any concept of life. Although it's a very human thing to try to compare yourself to other people and be, oh, this person got this job and this person got that job and I don't have anything. Trying to like, although they won, you didn't lose. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Trying to kind of get that maintained out of your head at an early age will help you so long in the long run because everyone's not on the same path as you are. You know what I mean? Everyone's on the path that they're supposed to be on, and trying to rush it in any way or trying to kind of curse the path that you're on will kind of change and alter the path as you know it. Let's do a little fun question because we've been so serious for so long. Where would you guys live if you could work anywhere in the world? Where would be your like dream destination to work full time? Like what's your dream like house, home, state, country? Give it to me real.
I would want to go down south a bit. I'd want to be South Carolina. I would want to be just outside of like Charleston, like a city, but I want to be so like I could like be like, oh, let's go get like brunch in the city, something like in town, but like I want to be just outside of it, like in a little suburb with like the classic like white girl want like neat want where it's like the picket fence, the big house. Like I want that like I want the dogs free. Like I want a nice big house, obviously a big yard. I want privacy. I want those big ass like expensive trees.
I was thinking like the hedges.
No, but I want the trees. I want to see no.
Oh my gosh. That's
That would
beautiful.
be my dream.
Kiki?
I literally have the same dream and location as Maya. I want to go down south. Well, I just think I need a change up, like from New York. For people who are listening, I'm from Queens, New York. So it's like the suburbs of Manhattan, if you will. It is very city-like, and I'm over it. I want to be in like more of like a secluded area and like what Maya was saying, have my own privacy. Like literally my neighbors are on top of my house. There's no privacy. Like you don't have a lot of land unless you're like in Long Island maybe or whatever. But like I just think like moving away like down south, like Maya was saying, like still like live by like a city, but like also be able to like just be in a quiet foresty area. And like I want to be able to have, my kids, and I want dogs. I don't have any dogs. I want like I want two dogs. I want them to be able to go play and rough around and dig their holes. And who knows?
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
I'll get a pet chicken. Maybe I can I was about to say grow some chickens.
It's
Here,
like gross or
you would not be able to do chickens.
I mean, like that's what my children's jobs will be. Like they can go collect the eggs and feed the chickens. So like I have the aesthetic of having pet chickens, but like I don't have to do the manual work, you know?
so
Okay,
that'll
yeah,
be like Rory's job.
Yeah, that could be Rory's job.
right.
Uh, yeah.
I love New England. I can't ever leave New England. I love Massachusetts. I love Boston so much. I think my dream, like right after college, would to be and live in Boston, although that is very unrealistic because Boston is very expensive. But I love New England. I love Massachusetts. I love the four seasons. I can't imagine, although winter is cold and the sun sets at 4 p.m. and it's very depressing. I like it because you just appreciate summer more and like spring more when it's there. You know what I mean? Having it all the time, I feel like I wouldn't appreciate it as much. And I love the ocean. I love the beaches that I grew up near. Although I do love kind of the South as well. And I'm actually going to Charleston to visit one of my good friends for spring break. I just can't see myself living there permanently because I've lived my whole life in New England and I feel like I don't know, I would feel kind of guilty for leaving something that I love so much, you know? So I feel like my dream place is where I already am.
See, I get that, but I feel like I would be in the same mindset as you, but I think going to school here at Quinnipiac kind of opened my mind even more to like that idea because here at like Hamden is so different from where I'm from. So like I kind of this is like country to me, may not be to you too.
Country?
This is literally like country kind of lifestyle for me.
Oh, I need to take you to my hometown. I'll show you
Girl, there's a
country.
cranberry bog in my backyard.
Uh-huh.
A cranberry bog?
What is that?
You don't know what a cranberry bog is? It's like where
No.
they harvest cranberries.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, like yeah, like this is just so different to
When I
me.
was a kid, I'd jump into the cranberries and like eat a bunch. I don't think that was, maybe don't do that. Don't let, if anyone out there, don't do that. Because I think I got sick one time because I didn't wash them. But then again, I was like 7, so who cares?
Like see, like literally my backyard over the fence is a highway. It's just so different for me. And I
Yeah.
like this style, I guess, better than like being congested and like
Maybe you
whatever.
just move to New England.
I mean, I would also be open to that too. I mean, I would be opposed for Connecticut, but not here. I'm like a different
I,
part.
I feel like you would love my hometown. Like, if you like this, because this is like, it's not the best air. Like, it's not something I feel like you would want to like. This area is like woodsy for you, but like it's not like pretty or anything. Like, you have to go where there's like, it's such a cute village. Like, we have in my hometown, there's like Main Street, and like, there's all these cute little shops, like straight out of like a little Christmas movie. Like, the entire town gets decorated all Christmassy. And like it's a big town, but it still has like a very small community feel though. Everyone
Yeah.
has like lawns, like massive lawns. Like it's just how everyone has property because it's the area.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll just live in my mom's basement for the rest of my life.
No, well, let's not do that. What would your dogs be? What would you name your 2 dogs?
I don't know. I feel like it depends on what dog I would get.
Like it's something really stupid, like Sparky
Yeah, it would
like
definitely be
or like
like
Fox.
I love the name Teddy. Like I want like a big fluffy dog and I will name it Teddy.
Like a teddy bear?
Yeah, like how
Or
could
like
you
Teddy
not?
Roosevelt.
No, like a teddy bear.
I just like fucking with you.
Yeah, I know.
So that was a fun question. I'm glad I asked that. So kind of moving on into when we transition out of college life, what do you guys think would be the most like challenging adjustment when we get our diplomas or the second diploma, Maya? What would be the most challenging after being in this life for the past 4 years?
I think just adjusting to living at home full time again and also not being in school. Like we've been in school since we were don't know the age, 3 or 4, I guess, is around when you start
Um, Maybe 6?
6. You start school at 6 years old?
5 to 6 is kindergarten. No?
5 to 6.
Oh, I was in pre-K and like okay,
Well,
whatever.
I was in pre-K as well, but you're not really doing much than eating cookies at 3 years
Okay,
old.
well, you know what I mean, like being in a school setting and like educate
No, I know. I'm sorry.
whatever. Cause so like I feel like just fully moving like being at home. Like we haven't lived at home actually for a very full long time since 4 years ago. So just the full adjustment of like, oh, I really am not going back, like moving back to school, or like I don't sound you don't have that anticipation of like, oh, summer break, like we're going back in end of August. Like it's not gonna be that no more. It's just gonna be a constant of like, oh, I'm home. And then like also like on the flip side of like I said before, like you're not gonna be in school, so it's gonna be weird like not doing homework or having to go to class or anything like that, and then just fully just your life will just become work and then go home.
And that's depressing.
Don't think because you're describing it as like going backwards, as if, like you're going back to high school or like you go somewhere and then just go home. Like think of like the big girl money you'll have.
No, I know. Like I'm sure I'm excited for like post grad life because like I feel like you have big girl money. Like we can actually go and do things. Like actually go to really nice dinners. Maybe a weekend getaway. I don't know. Maybe get a new car, upgrade from Olive. Who knows?
I love Olive.
Olive was squeaking a lot today.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Oh, I hear it.
I love when she talks back to me though.
Oh, viewers might not know. Olive's my car. She's a very old car.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I feel like that validation isn't as simple in the workplace. When you get that validation, it kind of keeps your motivation up to kind of keep getting those good grades because it feels really good when you get a good grade. And I feel like that thing that is lacking in the workplace, yeah, there's other factors for motivation like money and just like being able to do something in a job. But I feel like that validation aspect of school that I've grown accustomed to since I was, 5 or 6 or 7, I'm gonna miss it a little bit. That's, I feel like, gonna be the challenging factor. Also, what like another challenging thing that after we graduate would just kind of be the routine that everyone's in. We've seen the same people for the past 4 years. We go to the same bar. We all know the same people, and I feel like when we graduate, in a way, yes, we unfortunately can't be 21 forever. I so wish we could, but that's just not the way that life works. And every chapter has to be closed in order for another one to start.
Amen.
What is up with my little like sayings today?
When one door closes, another one opens.
Okay, well that's literally
Okay.
what I just said.
Or whatever.
I think for me, the most challenging part will be like adjusting to like a 9 to 5 life, like figuring out figuring out my new schedule. Cause like doing that every day, like here at college, like every day's different. Some days Kiera doesn't even have classes some days, and then some days she has like 3 classes and work. And so it depends. For me, it's like my Mondays this semester, I started at 9 a.m. at work and my last class was at 9 p.m. So, but then some days I only have work for a few hours in class and I only have like 1 class. And like I start at noon or something. So I'm not excited for the whole like 9 to 5 every day.
Yeah,
Like there
same.
is no like, oh, I don't have classes today, or like, oh, work got canceled. Like, no, it's every day. So I'll probably that will be the hardest, just like getting into my new routine. Cause like I couldn't like college is very like relaxed. You don't really have to have like that much structure.
And it's also like my attention span, I don't think is capable of a 9 to 5, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
know it will have to be eventually, but as of right now, as a 21-year-old young lass, ew, my attention span is shot.
And one more thing. Also adjusting not seeing each other as much because
Oh,
we're all gonna be in different states again. And then like Maya was saying, everyone's schedule is gonna be all over the place.
I
So it's gonna
know.
be like an adjustment of like not seeing people you've been good friends with for the past 4 years. That's so depressing.
Like we've built such a life and we've seen each other for every day for the past, months on months and have shared crazy stories that no one else will understand the stories and the experiences that we have dealt with. And I feel like everyone just kind of, friends in college, they speak a different language to the friends that you have in high school
Mhm.
because yes, we are grown up, but we are still we are grown ups at 18, but we are not anywhere similar to who we were at 18 as in comparison to 21 and 22. So I feel like every friendship that we make in college is that much more important than those in high school and those that we've had for like 10 plus years, which is why college relationships last as long as they do,
See,
Yeah.
I agree to that. Because
right?
me in like college is so different than like me in high school. Because in college, you're able to like rebuild yourself. Like no one knows what you did in the freaking kindergarten or remembers what you did in like middle school here. It's like you get a fresh start and then you can actually become friends with people who you want to be and not have any like past judgments. So
Yeah, I peed my pants when I was in second grade at the playground.
And you know what? I'm not surprised.
I used to hit guys, so like physically hit guys. So maybe that's why they're intimidated of me.
I
Oh,
literally like pissed my pants, guys. Like it was so, and there was a crowd that formed around me. In like second grade, way too old, way too old to piss.
wait, what the hell is wrong with you?
I had water at lunch, and I had to pee my pants so bad. And my friend Rebecca, I don't know if you're out there, Rebecca. I haven't talked to you since elementary school, but my friend Rebecca was like, I have to pee so bad. And I'm like, oh my God, I do too. And then I just started pissing.
You
Anyway,
still pee your pants.
oh my God, that's so true. I just
Some things never change.
You still do at 21 years old.
oh my God. Well, I was not 21 then. How old
When
was
was
I?
the last time you peed yourself?
I always feel like anytime I laugh really hard, I feel the need to pee, but I always stop it before it happened. The last time I literally remember was probably in your dorm freshman year when the fire alarm went off and and you were running around with Jeremiah's because you didn't want it to get taken away. Oh my God, I pissed on your carpet. It was so
It wasn't funny. It like I had like we had to clean the pee off the carpet.
But Kiera, your face. Oh my God, it was priceless. I wish I took a video of it, but I was pissing my pants, so I didn't. Oh my God, that poor carpet saw life that year.
Yeah, it did.
It saw
Yeah.
all walks of life. Continuing on with the same theme as, kind of transitioning out of college life, do we think that we are actually ready to handle the pressure of balancing work, personal goals, and self-care? Give it to me straight.
I feel like in the beginning, no.
I
Like,
won't know what I'm doing in the beginning. I'll be like, oh my,
yeah,
I want to be on cheese.
yeah, no. I feel like I'm just gonna like my anxiety is gonna overtake and I'm gonna be thinking so much about work. I feel like my headspace will just mainly be focusing on work and be like, oh my God, did I mess up today at work? Oh my God, I'm the new person. Do they like me? Oh my gosh, I think that would just go through my mind continuously. And I feel like that's just gonna make me like stray away and then like want to come home and just watch Netflix until I have to go to bed.
Fine, so
So I feel like just in the beginning, like that's just gonna be need some getting used to, and then I need to remind myself like I'm okay. It's a job. I need to be able to live my own personal life as well and go out, go see my friends. Go go get some lunch at Olive Garden.
do I think I'm ready to handle the pressure? Absolutely not. Yes, I am 21. That's what it says on my birth certificate. However, I don't know. Um, I am very immature when it comes to things that are out of my kind of reach and what I'm not familiar with. However, I do have kind of the confidence to know that us humans, we get so comfortable so fast. I remember like every single time, like the first day of classes or the first weeks of classes when it comes to semesters, you get so nervous for the first week, and then by like week 3 it is so normal and it's so calm and it's nothing like week 1, and then all of a sudden it's the last week of school and you didn't even realize it because of how comfortable you've been all semester. So humans, we do have a very fast rate of getting comfortable to where we are. So yes, I know I am gonna be panicked a little bit, and yes, I do have to get my immaturity in check. But I know at one point, just like every assignment that I started the day of and finished at midnight when it was due, I might procrastinate it and I might do this and do that, but I will always eventually figure it out. Thumbs up.
I I think I'll be able to handle it. The only thing I'll need is like I'll need to find friends. So if I get a job somewhere, it probably won't be I won't be living at home. Like I'll probably go off and just like, get my own apartment somewhere or something. So that'll be like my biggest issue is like just making friends. Like I think because like if I was like living at home, I could be like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out and get food with my friends and then we'll go for a walk or something at least. Or like I don't have the luxury of like at least like Kira said, like she'll still have like her friends nearby where she can go and get like Olive Garden with them. Like that's the part I'll be jealous of. Like that's the thing that makes me nervous. Not necessarily the work balance of it's just like when I go on my own, like making my own life. Like again, like
Like your
starting over.
personal life and stuff.
Yeah, like I think I'll be fine in the workplace and everything. Like I don't have a boyfriend. Like there's no one, there's just gonna be me.
Me
Me,
too, girl. Me
maybe
too.
I'll get a dog. Like maybe I'll get a dog and that'll be my little buddy.
We all need a dog at one point. I
Hmm.
know I'm gonna get a dog, but it's gonna be I can't get a cat. I'm not necessarily a cat person. There's 2 cats in my house right now. 2 of them.
I have to come over.
Wait, who?
Janaea has her cat, like her aunt's
Wow.
cat again. In conclusion, this is one of our last questions to wrap up this last episode, which is so sad. What do you guys believe is the most valuable thing that you learned during your time in college at Quinnipiac University, Hamden, Connecticut? Let's go. Give it to me.
All right, go ahead.
I would say probably, actually, it's so funny. I just got asked this question because since I graduated last year, Quinnipiac hounds you down and like they have to have this like post grad survey, and they've been like emailing me and texting me, and I've just never done it since I graduated last year, and they finally called me and I like did it over the phone. So I answered this already this morning, but learning how important like connections are, because in like even in high school, I'd be like, I have my 2 friends. I don't need everyone else. Like, I don't really care what they think of me, which is still true to some point, but like, you never know. And like, people change, and like, you don't know how important, like, even just saying hi to someone, don't even have to be best friends, like, how nice they'll be in return, and like, be able to like, maybe even help you someday. Going back like to networking, connecting to that. I met Kiera fresh like sophomore year, and I was like, wow, she's cracked out. But now she's like my best friend. Like, you never know. Like my first few encounters with Kiera have all been like cracked out. Like one of us is either not in this world, but that's like makes the best memories. And like now we're best friends. So it's like you never know. So I would just say that probably just how
Opposites do
important.
attract, you know? I think the most valuable thing that I learned in college was how like time really, really gets you in the end. Because time really just it keeps ticking by, even if you don't think it's doing it, and even if you're just doom scrolling, watching TikTok, and it's like the thousandth TikTok that you saw, it is 3 a.m. and you didn't even know it. The art of time really has shown like the concept of time really did. It's the most valuable lesson for me because I have to learn how to manage my time a little bit better. And I definitely think that I graduated from that in comparison to high school. Also, high school's 4 years, so different than college 4 years. It does not feel like equal time. We did have a global pandemic that really stopped us from having, a normal high school experience. Hate to be the person to say that, but it's true. But I still think like the time between freshman year and sophomore year of high school was so much slower to me than freshman and sophomore year of college. Like it just went by so fast, and the more you grow up, the faster everything goes. So I think that's kind of like one of the most valuable things that I learned in college was just kind of slow down, take it easy, and realize that you can't stop time. So don't worry about anything. Just let it go. You'll have fun. You'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Amen, sister. Kiki,
Amen.
Amen.
Kiki,
Um,
send us home.
I think the most valuable thing I learned was just who I am as a person, I think, in the end of coming to graduating college. I feel like I'm very different mindseted now versus like when I first came after like high school, whatever. I feel like I learned a lot of things about myself and learned how to be independent, honestly. I think that's one of the main things. Like, I can go to doctor appointments by myself and make those phone calls. Like, some responsibilities as well, like, emailing like employers or like emailing people that I need to do like for work or like internships or like just learning how to be my own person, how to start my own life, like career wise and stuff like that, and just getting that independence and also just like learning things what I expectations of myself that I want to apply in the world today between like my personal and professional life.
Wowza. Any
So,
final thoughts that we want to comment on within the topic of senior scary? Or wait, no.
what? Yeah,
Senior scaries.
I'm scared. I don't want to graduate. I wish I
I
could say,
don't graduate either.
but everything comes to an end, and I'm very grateful for coming to Quinnipiac and meeting you guys and
Love you, Hampton.
learning about media studies. And thank you, Professor Burns. I know you're listening, but thanks for being a great advisor and a good professor.
Thank you. See you in capstone class. Whoop whoop. Maya, any final thoughts?
I'm gonna miss you guys, but
Ew.
we'll be okay. Because guess what? We'll have our big girl money, and we'll take a weekend, and we can still get trashed like we've been here.
We don't have to do it exclusively in New Haven, Connecticut
and
again.
we'll all be 21.
Woo!
Yay!
Thank you guys so much for listening to our last ever podcast of This Is for a Class. Thank you so much for Maya for joining. Round of applause.
Thank you, thank you.
Did you enjoy your time here?
Absolutely.
We saved the best for last. Thank you everyone for listening to our last ever podcast. We hope you enjoyed this ride that we went on together, and we appreciate your commitment for listening to our, ridiculous opinions, stories, sayings, class crushes, whatever the case may be.
Oh my God.
I had to plug it in. It's the last episode. I had to plug it in. Listen to our other podcasts. We'll leave them up until, Digital Footprint gets us in the end. Until our employer comments on them and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you keep talking about class crushes, Chloe? Like, that's not okay. That's not professional. I'm like, but boss man, it was for a class. I don't know.
I hated that. But to go off of that, we just want to say thank you again for everyone listening. If you return to listen each week, very much appreciate it. We hope you guys enjoyed our content. And yeah, it's goodbye for now. Maybe in the future we'll drop more episodes. Who knows?
Who knows? You never know. Anything could happen. Dun dun dun.
Bye!
Woo!